The hell flute is back! The hell flute is back! Chen Qing is back! Chen Qing is back! I have been waiting for that moment for so long. I feel like this has been like ever since the first appearance of that flute, ever since it's first been mentioned, I just was waiting for him to get it back. And of course it was Chiang Cheng who had it this entire time. I was so mad. Them immediately playing a duet. Oh god. Obsessed with it. Obsessed with it. Listen to this. Guqin and flute began their duet. Icy spring water was the Guqin, and the flute was like a bird in flight, one suppressed while the other lured. The metaphor of that! I love me a good metaphor and like a musical metaphor to begin with, and this is just, you know, one suppresses, the other one lures. Just like in their relationship, just like they have been. Actually, all other power duos, power couples can go home. Nothing will ever top them. You know, other than maybe they each other. Speaking of topping, do they ever, like, we're running out of time. Maybe there isn't. It's fine if there isn't. It's fine if there isn't. This is what AO3 is for. Stop typing, don't tell me. Don't tell me. I'm like one chapter away from the end. No spoilers, please. Thank you. Speaking of which, in case you do not know, hi, my name is Cranes. I'm reading MDZS for the very first time. I haven't watched The Untamed. I don't want any spoilers, and I am reading chapter 22. There's just one more chapter to go, and then like all of these extras. But I think I'm gonna take a break after finishing the story proper. So just this chapter and then one more to go. I can't believe I'm in the home stretch now. It feels very surreal and I don't want to say goodbye, and I am already getting teary-eyed just thinking about it, particularly because of them! Instant callback to the jump from the tree. Instant. It's just, everything here is now just them flirting, winking at each other, holding each other. They are not holding back anymore. It's such a relief. It's so beautiful to see them now just embrace this fully after like just getting together like 20 minutes ago. Wei Wuxian leaned down, unable to resist giving that pristine face a little scratch. Maybe by accident, or maybe on purpose, his fingers left a few bloody red streaks in their wake. Lan Wangqi didn't mind in the least. Come down now. Wei Wuxian jumped, smiling, and he caught him perfectly. Yeah, he did! Because he has been catching him every single day, and finally this is not a secret anymore between them. Finally, Lan Wangqi can catch Wei Wuxian openly, lovingly, earnestly. Oh my god. No. Oh my god. He did it on purpose. Ni Hui sang, I knew it was him! Qin Guangyao taking his last action and saving Lan Xishen. My heart. Also, can somebody please take Qinling out of this temple of doom and of trauma? This 16-year-old boy has really seen and suffered and been through enough. This is my thoroughly unimpressed face that Nie Huasang is not even gonna admit to what he did. He's not even gonna say it. He's such a coward, but he did it. It was him. So obviously. I'm not saying that he's a villain or that he did anything wrong. Qin Guangyao, after all, killed his brother. And I mean, we talked about this last video. It's trickle-down violence. I just don't like people who don't stick to their principles. Like, if your principle is, I want to exact revenge for my brother, stand by that. Like, Qin Guangyao is already dead. You can just say what you did. Also, this just created a massive power vacuum, and I don't really want to know who's going to step up and fill that, because the options are dire. Oh my god, I think Lan Zhishui recognized the flute. I think he's gonna figure out who he is. I think we're actually gonna get a revelation revealed moment of him realizing that he is Wen Yuan. And particularly Wei Wuxian doesn't know that he is Wen Yuan yet. He doesn't know. I can't take Jiang Cheng and Wei Wuxian anymore. Wei Wuxian thanking Jiang Cheng for giving him his flute back. First of all, it's yours. Like, you don't have to thank this guy for that. And then there's this moment, and I wanna scream. After a moment of hesitation, his lips moved slightly, as if he still had something to say. But Wei Wuxian had already turned back to Lan Wangqi, and seeing this, Jiang Cheng fell silent and said nothing else. Why? Just talk. I already said in a previous video that I don't think they're gonna mend what is broken in their relationship, and I mean, not like that for sure. But I really was hoping that Chiang Cheng was going to find a way to, give voice to what he has been carrying around for all this time. All of his feelings, all of his emotions, all of the grudges and the resentment that he's carrying. Not to mend the relationship with Wei Wuxian, but to mend the relationship he has with himself. To get over it, to move past it, to move towards some kind of personal, individual healing. Not the healing of the relationship. This part about Jinling... Somehow, there didn't seem to be anyone he could blame or anyone he could hate. But if he didn't hate them, who could he hate? Had he deserved to lose both parents at such a young age? How he yearned to perish with them and be done with it. How he yearned to perish with them and be done with it. This is not the thought by someone who actually wants to end their life. This is the thought by someone who is exhausted by the grief they have been carrying. Grief is so exhausting. It is so exhausting. And he has nowhere to direct it to. All he can do is carry it. He can only carry it. And every time he tries to put the blame on someone, it doesn't quite work. It doesn't bring the people back. The revenge doesn't fulfill you. The grief stays. And honestly, anybody who has been through severe loss and grief knows this and understands what he's going through here. Why he has those thoughts. Because yeah, sometimes... just to escape that, just to escape the exhaustion of that grief. Sometimes that's what you wish for, but not in a sincere way, not in a way that, he actually wants his life to end. He wants grief to end. What? No. What? No. No. What? Chiang Cheng lured a group of Wen soldiers away from the place they were hiding at. He didn't go back to Lotus Pier to save his parents. He went to Lotus Pier because he was saving Wei Wuxian. I'm so sick of everybody sacrificing themselves for each other and not telling each other. And then holding it against each other. Use your words! Maybe Chiang Cheng is right. Maybe there is nothing left to say. There have been so many sacrifices, and both of them get to live now. Maybe that's enough. Maybe there's nothing else either of them can ask of the other. These last few pages also draw a pretty bleak picture of Chiang Cheng and Jinling's relationship, particularly in comparison to Lan Wangqi's relationship to Lan Zhishui. And I think there's like a quite clear parallel between them, just that they had completely different approaches to, I would say, a quite similar situation they found themselves in. Both men experienced extreme loss and then had to take care of a person left behind by that loss. It's just that Chiang Cheng expresses his grief through anger and Lan Wangqi expresses his grief through service and silence. And while I feel like both of them were probably quite emotionally distant as they raised their kids, I feel like Lan Wangqi at least was gentle and safe, while Chiang Cheng seems to have just been harsh and critical of Jinling his entire life. Lan Zhishui seems to have been raised with an emphasis on integrity and compassion and empathy, all of the principles that are also important to Wei Wuxian, while Jinling seems to have been raised with an emphasis on legacy, on status, on revenge. And to me that is very obvious and reflected in how they've been handling similar situations differently in their lives. Jinling is arrogant, confused, overwhelmed, starved of affection, while Lan Zhishui seems composed, thoughtful, emotionally literate, compassionate. I don't want to get into like nature versus nurture too much, but I do think their upbringing had an impact on who they became later on, though I think saying it's a 1 + 1 = 2 thing is probably oversimplified. This was, I feel like, a very unorthodox way of doing it. I was just genuinely reacting as I was reading. I don't know why I did it that way. I'm sorry, but that's what you're gonna get. There's just one more chapter. I'm on the last chapter. To say that I'm not ready would be a massive understatement.